I go gym, I'm alright. It's you that you get the energy.
The purpose
I'm
is,
actually okay.
The purpose is to get the energy right before the episode. See, no one's gonna fall. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But me, I'm gonna get my young friends in. We in.
I can only do that too.
I know you're lying. I know you can do that.
No, I promise you that.
Ready, yeah? 3, 2, 1, go.
Guys,
I know you got 5 more in that. I know.
I'm so dead. I can't believe I've done this.
How's your journey here before we even get into it?
Smooth. Got here in one piece. Can't lie, I thought I was going to be mad late.
Love
so
that.
Yeah.
One thing before we even get in, I waffle a little bit, yeah. Cars. I can't lie, if we get a ticket upstairs, it's long still.
I'm not paying for it, because I tried to pay for my ticket.
You will be paying for it.
I swear I'm not paying. That's straight complaints.
That's the thing though. That's why I don't want to start driving, because I hate people say that all the time. The tickets, what's it, congestion charge?
Yeah, ULEZ and all these extra letters.
Yeah, my friend said that to me. I was like, what the hell is that?
It's mad expensive for no reason. Like,
that's why I had to get a new car, because my old car, like, once I go into the ULEZ zone, and I live in the ULEZ zone, I had to pay like £13
What's ULEZ
a
zone?
day. It's like,
I don't even know.
it's like,
extra money, that's what it is.
If your car is like, or if your car runs on diesel or something like that.
Oh,
then,
yeah.
So that was obviously my first car in it, so I had to switch up.
What car do you guys drive, if you don't mind?
I drive a Lambo and stuff.
Yeah, I got a Tesla.
Oh,
Chatting shit.
nice.
Showing my age, innit? Oh, I got a Fiesta right now.
I got a VW, I got a Polo still.
I don't know anything about cars. I just wanted to ask.
So you just
I don't
asked me,
actually
innit?
know what those even
She's
look
gonna
like.
be like, oh, swear down. That's
I
a mad car.
just know what car I want. That's
What
it.
car do you want?
A GLE.
Yeah.
First
my mum's
car.
got that
I know it's not smart to get it as my first car, but
It's not at all.
I don't know. People say that, but I just.
It's not, because you see your first car, whether you like it or not, you're gonna batter and bruise your car in it.
But why? But like, is that a fact?
It's a fact. It's bound to happen.
It is fact.
I'll tell you a quick story. I'll tell you a quick story. Like, on my first week of driving, I'm gassed. I'm thinking I'm a driver now. Touch the roads. I'm driving near Central now, and then driving on the road, listen to my music. I get to like a T junction, but I've come into the road a bit too much. It's just like a T, and I'm driving this way. So I reversed out a little bit.
Alright then.
So I reversed back, and I clapped the guy off his back, like completely fell off his back. He landed next to my door, thinking, damn. So
I'm
the
just
next
admitting
day,
a crime on the podcast.
it's out there, isn't it? Then the next day, I went to just go and check the scenes, you know what I mean, see if there's any cameras, and then the next day, I hit down another bike on the same road. On the next day, I said,
That's karma still.
Yeah,
That's
long
Should
day.
have kept your ass at yard still.
Long day.
How you trying to lick a man off his bike and go down again and lick another man off his bike?
It's crazy. But anyway, let's get into the
let's
episode,
jump in.
man.
Boom! Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast in the world. It's the Energizer Podcast. I'm here today with myself, Ty.
Your boy T.
And without further ado, we got a special guest. So introduce yourself, man.
Hi guys, I'm Natalee Fitness. I'm a fitness influencer, and I just do social media stuff.
Yeah?
What kind of stuff on social media?
I'm about to say,
What can I say? Humbly, no, I'm joking. So I just do like workouts, home workouts, gym workouts, stuff to do with like womanhood, everything to do with women. I'm just like a huge advocate for, so that's just my bag.
Big. So let's rewind it a little bit now. Yeah? What was your childhood like growing up? So before we're going all the way back.
That was deep still. That was
when I was asking the question, I was gonna go back to like what made you start the gym content. But I feel like before we get to that, we're gonna have to figure out like where you actually started. What was it like? You know what I mean? What was the foundation?
Do you know what's crazy, right? Is that I don't actually remember a lot of my childhood. Like, you know, like when you, not like suppress stuff, but like that type of thing. I genuinely can't remember my childhood. It's crazy. In order to think about my childhood, I have to really like conjure up the feelings to think about it. Right. But I'm from Croydon. I have like 4 brothers. Yeah, I'm the only girl. That's why I feel like I'm so, not like hard-headed, what's the word? Like I'm a very confident person. And I just feel like when you have 4 brothers and you're the only girl, it's like,
you have to hold it on.
And they roughed me up my whole life.
Yeah,
so.
that's how it should be.
Literally, so. But like my childhood, like I said, I can't remember much, but it was just didn't have anything that went on where it was like, oh damn, that's crazy. Literally. But me and my brothers, we always did athletics. Like I did 100 meters. All my brothers were mad fast. Like, you know, in school when you did what's it called? Sports day. All the teachers were like, hey, look, they were like to my mum, can you like take your children out of the 100 meters? Because we never lost a single.
That's how it should be.
You know, your mum pulls up in the car and people thinking, fuck, you're not coming again, like, taking my medal, my son wants to win, you know what I mean?
No, literally, because my mum used to do track when she was young as well. So all of us were quite fast. I did Croydon Athletics once, and I came second. I think my time was like 12.36. But if I did that now, no, because I'm a lot but obviously I'm a lot heavier now because of weight training and that. But like my childhood, smooth.
So that's why I wanted to touch on it. So now it makes sense. So obviously growing up, you was heavily into athletics. Now you're into the fitness, gym lifestyle now.
Yeah.
So let's touch on the content. Like, what made you get started in this whole gym content thing? 'Cause I see you doing your thing. You're going crazy with it.
Yeah. So basically, I was uploading. You know when Instagram had 1 minute videos, as in like you couldn't go over it.
That's it.
I was uploading them on there, like just home workouts, and everyone was like, "Oh no, Natalee, start a YouTube channel. Like we need videos longer than like 1 minute." And I was like, "Cool." But obviously YouTube is a big thing. Like I knew it was going to take so much work, so much editing. So I put it off for time, and then I just thought, fuck it, let me just do it. So I jumped on it, and then it just took off. I feel like it took off though because being black and young in the fitness industry is it's not rare, but like you will stand out. Do you get it? Because the fitness industry is very white. So yeah, I just literally blew on YouTube, and then went to Instagram, went to TikTok, and then literally everything just took off.
Yeah. So what was your like? If you can flash back to the first viral moment, the first pivotal point where you thought, yo, like I hit the bag of this one.
Let me think.
Was it on YouTube, TikTok, Insta?
Let me think. So, so basically, you know when COVID hit? So when I consider myself quite good at marketing. So when COVID hit, I started a series on my YouTube channel called Fit, and it was like all home workouts. Now, bearing in mind, the gyms were closed in it. So my YouTube grew like 200K in a few months because obviously everyone was trying to find someone to do, like work out with. So my YouTube took off, and like all of my Fit videos were like 1 million plus. And I was like, damn, like that's a lot of people know that you exist. You get it? Like it's crazy with like every video, and I was like, damn. Yeah. So I think the whole Fit series in COVID was like my first like viralness. But obviously since then there's been so many, I'm kind of like numb to it. I do still try to see like the success in like when I go viral, I do good. But because it happens so often, it's just I'm just very like used to it. No, 100%. Yeah. But it was definitely the YouTube on Fit.
That's what I was saying. So like I was saying this to someone the other day. I feel like COVID was a blessing in disguise. I'm not gonna lie. 100%. Like it helped a lot of people. Like even me. During COVID, I had this in my clothing brand, Trendsetter, and it's like during that point there, I thought that everything was gonna fall down. You know what I mean, in terms of sales, but it actually went up. And at that point there, that was the highest sales you ever got because everyone's sitting at home and on their phones and just ordering things. You know what I mean? So COVID was a blessing. I think with COVID though, you have to be good at marketing. Again, definitely. Like if you're a lot of people, obviously a lot of gyms closed, and a lot of fitness people were like, oh, I'm just not going to post anything because all gyms are closed. But if you know how to switch it and then flip that into money or into followers, like, yeah, you can really get the bag when it was COVID. When it comes to your content, do you have like a strategy behind how you market yourself, or is it just like just post and post and post? I think my marketing skills, they do come naturally. I know obviously a lot of people like who are influencers, they have like a whole content strategy, and it's like Mondays this, Tuesday that. I've never really planned my content unless it's like a brand deal. And obviously it's done well because I'm here. But no, like I just go with the flow. I just like to see what's working. And also when I was in university, I studied psychology, so I know how people work. I always know how people work and how they're going to react to something. So if I can base my content around that, then I have no reason not to blow. And I feel like that's the best type of content as well, when it's not too formulated. You can see that it's just natural, organic, and it's flowing. Do you know what I mean? Especially when people get managers and you're in an agency, like they'll be like, no, you need to upload this, you need to upload that. So I'm so thankful that I just knew kind of like what worked in that. And literally went from there. 100%. So in like the fitness space, you kind of have like a coined USP about women empowerment when within the fitness space, and because obviously I've been tapping into your content for quite a while, and also I would say about women in the gym, but more so just anybody not really giving a fuck about how you're perceived in the gym. See a couple of your videos. Where did that come from? Because obviously that's like the effect, but like what made you be so passionate and like want to be almost like a spokesperson? What was the cause? So in terms of
obviously gym harassment, gym intimidation. When I first joined the gym, so I'm 24 now, when I was 18 or 19, I was sexually assaulted in the gym. So and obviously when I say it to people, they're like, how? But they're not like, how, like what happened? They're just like, they can't fathom how that could possibly happen in a gym setting. So obviously when that happened, I would have liked to go to a women's only gym or just have someone to speak to about gym harassment and there's nobody, and there's no like women only gyms. So that's why I kind of see myself as the woman for the job in that sense. You get it? If that happened to me and I'm now here, because it could have been a thing whereby that happened and I never stepped foot in the gym again. Do you get it? That would make perfect sense. But I was like, nah. I was like, I was like, this is now going to be what I do. And obviously I was training and then obviously building a following. My followers come to me and they're like, oh, literally my DMs are full of like anecdotes of people telling me what's happened to them in the gym. And that's why my content kind of flipped into, like this is a serious issue and like I'm going to solve it in a way. Do you get it? So I can solve it online and I can solve it physically by a women's only gym. But again, like in terms of any business, the way businesses thrive is by solving a pain point. Do you get it? If women are coming to me and they're saying that that's their main pain point, why would I not post content about it? Do you get it? So
even just jumping in as well. So you had to go through that because that's just like very fucked up. But immediately after that had happened, what was like the next steps that you was feeling? So like you said, you could have taken the road where it's like, I'm never going back into the gym, and obviously that's a traumatic experience within itself, but for you to choose to be an advocate, to like go towards that and be like, I'm gonna go back to the gym and carry on doing my thing. What was that like?
It wasn't an instant, oh, I'm now an advocate, because obviously I was only 18 and it was my first like few months in the gym. So I went back to the gym and I was still just training to kind of gain healthy weight, etc. But it's only in the last like year and a half that I've now become like an advocate against it. I always thought it, but see, when it comes to social media, like stuff can go left, stuff can go right, so it took me a while to find out how to navigate it and put it on social media in the correct way, because obviously stuff like that, again, because it's a pain point, you can't just come and say anything or do anything. So it did take me like a couple of years to be like, nah, like this is a serious problem, let me do something about it. But like I said, the whole women only gyms and harassment, it was always in the back of my mind because that happened to me. Do you get it? And I couldn't go to a women's only gym because there was none. So
I see some gyms like making more of an effort to cater for the female market though. So like, even my gym that I go to, there's a women's only section inside the gym. Do you know what I mean? So I never saw that before. Like the women only sections. The issue is that like me, I could never train in the women's only section. The weights in there go up to like 20 kg. You might have one Smith machine and like 2 barbells. Like humbly, I can deadlift 140. What am I doing in a women only section? Humbly.
I'm just saying, like they cater to beginners. Like if anyone who is not even advanced, anyone that's just been going to the gym for a few months, they can't train in that area. And again, it's that whole idea of like, even though women are allowed in gym spaces, still like we're still deemed as beginners, or still deemed like, oh, we should be lifting light weights. And a lot of women don't want to lift light weights. They only do because that's their only choice. Like if like even in the mixed section, if the space is dominated by men, women will just go to the cardio machines because that is just intimidating. Do you get it? So we're always kind of resorting to going to the lighter option. But so many women want to get into weight training and they just physically can't, because they're either in a women only section with 20 kg weights or the mixed gym is literally intimidating as fuck. Like you can't do anything.
What's it like being a woman in the gym? I know that might sound like so top level, but for me and Tay, for example, we will never understand or like be in that position. Do you know what I mean?
I always say there's a whole scale to this stuff. Like you got, in terms of gym like harassment, you got like the staring, the like unsolicited like opinions and comments, and then you got the full blown like sexual assault that can happen in gyms, right? So when you go into the gym as a woman, you're just always on edge. That's the best way to explain it. Like you don't know whether someone's gonna follow you, whether someone's gonna come and mansplain you and tell you, oh, like you're doing the squats wrong or something. It's just always like treading on eggshells because you just don't know what's gonna get said to you or done, and it's so jarring because it's like, bro, like, I just want to go to the gym and train. Do you know how mad that is? Do you know how simple gym is? And like when you go to the gym, you have to seriously think about everything. Like I remember one time I was in the gym and it was when I was in university, so it was Birmingham, and I was in like the corner lifting weights, and then like a guy came over to me, I'm guessing to move to me, but he was like 6'2" and I'm like 5'5", 5'6". So obviously like he's now like cornered me like in the corner, like he doesn't know he's doing it. It's just because he's tall and he hasn't realised like how it's coming across. And I'm like, bro, like can you take 2 steps back? Like even if you're here just to have a conversation, you have to think about how you're coming across. Do you get it? Like I know when I speak to certain people, I'm very direct and I'm very stern. So if I know that I'm dealing with someone that might be a little bit more sensitive, I'm going to switch it up. So if you know you're 6'2" and you come to talk to someone that's nearly a foot smaller than you, like take time. So even something as simple as that, where he didn't even mean it, it's just still something you have to think about, because now I'm feeling like I'm cornered and he didn't even intend to do it, but regardless I feel like I'm cornered. So it's just always feeling like you're on edge. Like it's so long. The gym is so long.
Man. I can imagine.
Especially in like commercial gyms, like Pure Gym and The Gym, obviously because of their low price point, it just brings anyone. Everyone's there. And it's just the go-to for a lot of people. So it's a
that's crazy. How cool, bomb. So out of that and into this now, I've heard through the grapevine that you're in the process of starting up your own gym. And that's big. So
that's a big thing in the day. Yeah, we're not humbly for this one. You get me? We're not doing that.
There's no humbly around here.
There's no humbly with that one.
Speak about the negative. Let's speak about the positive.
Yeah.
So what you're doing there is dope, and I feel like even the fact that you've even thought of doing that because of what you went through, it's crazy. So talk to me. How did that all come about, and how's it going at the moment?
Yeah, so I remember when I just first tweeted about it, because I was like, nah, like with me, when I said, in terms of business solely, like if I see a pain point, I'm just going to solve it. So obviously I like to do my research. I see bare women like in the States everywhere. They're like, oh, I wish women only gyms existed. And then there's obviously a few TikToks of gym harassment, and everyone's like, oh, I wish gyms existed. I said, yeah, it's my time. I was like, this is my time. So obviously I literally went like behind the scenes, didn't tell anyone. I was like, no, like I need to think of obviously a name, obviously look at buildings, etc. So I just thought about it, and I was like, cool, I'm going to call it the Girl Spot. And then obviously they announced it on social media, and it kind of just like took off. But I do say though that obviously, although the gym is not physically here, what I've done is switched it into a movement in the time being. Like now everyone knows the Girl Spot is like a safe space for women, like in terms of fitness. Do you get it? Yeah. So it's like, even though it's not physically here, because I do my pop-ups and stuff, like the publicity around it is crazy. Like,
do you know, I rate that. So now when it's time for you to really launch the gym, the physical gym, they're there.
When I tell you guys,
got your list
I don't have I'm not gonna have a single problem acquiring. I literally plan on having like 1,000 memberships pre-launch, like pre-opening.
That's crazy.
100%. Because obviously, like I have a mailing list for the first location in Birmingham, and it's like over 1,000 emails, and that was put out like once or twice. That was before my TikTok blowing, like everything. So now, like, there's literally no problem.
Crazy.
And because of the demand of it, like, there's no city, there's no country where there's not women that would appreciate a women's only gym. Even if, like me, I can train in a mixed gym and a women's only. But if you gave me the option, I would go to a women's only. Do you get it? And I think the stats are even as high as, I think it said 79% of women said they would leave their mixed gym to train in a women's only gym.
So the numbers are there.
The numbers are, like, the demand is insane.
So how,
that's crazy, man.
Like, you don't need to answer this right now, because I know you're still in the process, innit? How far are we in the process in terms of like the actual gym?
So obviously, in terms of nothing can happen without funding, do you get it? And even I've pitched to so many investors, but one of the main things is that investors right now, everything's tech, everything's AI. A gym couldn't be further from tech. Do you get it? And obviously, when you mention gyms, especially because I think only like 2% of like VCs and investors are women, so all the rest are men. If I go to a male investor and I start talking about a women's only gym, they're just like, bro, like, do you get it? When it comes
not
to
really though.
No. And if they see it from a business perspective in terms of this can make me bread, they will listen.
Because that's how I'd see. But
obviously a lot.
That's a gap in the market.
Yeah, literally. But a lot of investors, obviously, they want to be. Sometimes they want to be hands-on, but are just more involved. And they realistically, they could never come to the business they've invested in during opening hours. They can't step foot in my women's only gym if they're all men. Do you get it? Until it's closed.
How much involvement?
Do you get like how much involvement? So unless it's solely like, give me like 300 racks and then we take it from there, that's the only way it's going to work. So obviously tech combined with a lot of investors being male, it's very techy. So obviously as an influencer, I work with Gymshark and stuff. So Gymshark gave me 20k for the gym off the bat, and I was like, damn. So yeah, no, literally, big up Gymshark 10 times. But and then obviously I started fundraising for my women's only gym only recently. I wish I started it earlier, but then I do believe in divine timing. I feel like only now am I in the proper position to do this. Like, if someone gave me 300 racks like a year and a half ago to start this gym, it would have flopped 100%. I wasn't focused enough. I didn't understand enough. Like, I hadn't done the market research. It wouldn't have worked. So I raised about 23k in a month for the gym. So that's literally...
Go back, man. You're being too humble, man. Just like, I'm just pulling up money out of my batty, like, you know what I mean? Like 23k and that. What?
No, I know.
What are you talking about?
I know it's a lot, but for me, it's like
annual wages. That's 4 weeks, brother.
I know 23k is a lot, but because the vision is so big, like until that gym is not even open, until it's in the States and in the UAE, like I don't, not that I don't feel successful, I just feel like I'm not there yet.
But no.
But I know.
Check her, man. Tell her, man.
I'm telling you right now, like, I just met you today, innit? But I know a year ago, you was praying for where you are at right now.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously, I know the goal's bigger, innit?
know.
Everyone's goal's bigger, the vision's bigger. For this podcast, for the clothing brand, it's way out of where we're at right now, but we're still doing our thing in the moment. Do you get me? And I feel like one of the main problems, that I see a lot of people have, like, you see these successful people, they have everything in the world, but they end up like killing themselves for they're mad depressed. It's because they haven't enjoyed the process. So once they've got to this end goal now, it's like, I've got here, but what's next now? Do you know what I mean? So like,
I feel like I can very much be a what's next. Like even hitting 1 mil on TikTok and stuff, like I was like, oh wow, like, but I didn't really take it in.
Don't
like,
take it as baby
like,
food, man.
no,
That's big
I
stuff.
know. Like, honestly, one of my biggest things is taking things in more. But I do think again, and I don't mean this to like gas myself, but I mean when there's I'm just saying when there's so many consistent successes, you become numb to it.
No,
It's it's a very weird kind of like dynamic, but like it's just like when I hear congratulations all the time, when I do hit milestones, I'm like, oh thanks, like, and it's like, okay, when's the next one? Like it's kind of like that drug. It's like, oh, when's the next one?
I relate to that.
So
for real, I know me and Tay, for real, like obviously maybe not on the same scale as you, but even like wins we have with our podcast, we're just like, yeah, bro. People like, bro, you man did this. It's like, yeah, cool. Love on to the next. You know what I mean? It's like you don't really process it. However, the success you're seeing at your level, even the fact that like you went through your own traumatic experience, and you could have just like you said before, not went back to the gym, been like, you know what, I'm allowed this to really affect me internally. You was like, you know what, I'm gonna use the situation I've gone through and build and create and make a movement from this. You know what I mean? That's big, man, for real, because it's bigger than you. It's like all these other women as well who could have been in similar and if not the same or even worse situations. Sorry to say, you are helping them. Do you know what I mean? You are like a spokesperson for them.
100%. That's what I think it is. It's like, because I know, I feel like the best way to describe it is like I have a duty now to all these women. Do you get it? Like, obviously, my gym has been in like the Times, Evening Standard, like Daily Mail, everything. So it's like so many people know about it and so many people are waiting for it. It's like I have to do this. I could even if one day I was like, damn, I didn't want to do a women's only gym, I could never stop. Do you get it? I never want to, but I'm saying I could never do that because it's like these are relying on me. Like women are getting sexually harassed in gyms and people don't know about it. Do you know how crazy that is? And like even in terms of like the gym culture, like when it comes to PTs and the managers, like I always say gyms need to start doing more as well, because it's all well me talking to women about getting harassed when it's women that get harassed. It's the men that need to know, it's the PT staff that need to know. And I'm not saying men can't get harassed in the gym, but the facts are the facts. It very rarely happens to men, do you get it? So it's all well me talking to women, but it's like men need to know, the gyms need to know, like the PTs that work in gyms need to be on the lookout. Like this is way bigger than Natalee Barnett building a franchise.
No, I agree.
It's like way bigger.
110%, because you know what it is? It's like you're creating, what you're doing with the Girl Spot is amazing. It's next to none, because you're creating a safe space for people. However, it's almost like you're not solving the problem. The core problem is ignorant men need to know that what they're doing is not cool. You can't be doing that. Even if you as a man might be like, oh yeah, like she's laying, let me just, bro, that's not cool. Do you know what I mean?
And that's part of the reason, obviously you guys know the stuff you see on Twitter, but that's part of the reason why I took, when it comes to certain content, like I said, I know how people react to things, but unfortunately, if I talk to men about gym harassment on a level, it's going to go in one ear and out the other, unless you consciously want to take it in. Do you get it? And a lot of men, they have their backup about it, and it's always like, oh, no, I was just trying to talk to her. So it very much falls on deaf ears. So I knew that, obviously, when it comes to gym harassment, like you're saying, if I am to get men to listen about it, sometimes you've got to do a little bit of controversial content and then they take it in. And it's unfortunate that you've got to go down that route, but I know how people work. If I was to sit down with a bunch of men and talk about gym harassment, it's going to fall on deaf ears.
Yeah, so
it is.
Just jumping in, for like 5 minutes, let's do this, because I know me and Tay aren't those ignorant men, and I know that the people, I trust that the people, especially the man them watching our content today and our podcast, you're not one of them ignorant men. So you talk to me and Tay for a second and tell us about some of the things that can come across from a male's POV that is actually sexual harassment. Let's say we don't know nothing.
Okay, sexual harassment. I was going to talk about harassment in general.
Anything. We can do that.
Like, or even, do you know what it is? Just quickly, I want to say that there's gym harassment, there's gym intimidation. Do you get it? So I want you to say there are two.
It's a thin line.
There is a very, oh my days, when I tell you the line is next to none. It's very thin, but there are, one is harassment and one is intimidation. So like harassment is obviously like following around. Like women have come to me and said that they've literally been followed outside the gym into their car. That's straight up harassment. Do you get it? It's like, if I've said no to you once, anything after that is harassment. Do you get it? But when it comes to intimidation, it's like, intimidation could be as simple as like mansplaining. So like when,
what is that?
So like, say for example, I was squatting like 20 kg or something, and a man comes over like, oh no, like your knees are not supposed to go out that far. It's kind of like that unsolicited opinion that you didn't need. And it's like, if I am already nervous about being in the gym, to have a man come to me and tell me I'm squatting wrong, I'm not squatting again. Do you get
Can I
it?
ask you a question though, on the contrary to that? What if that girl's actually doing it wrong and this guy's saying it genuinely to help her?
100%. So I always believe that approach is everything. Do you get it? So if
that.
you've come to me, it's so many men have said stuff to me, but if you say it in a correct way, it's fine. But a lot of the times, because men unfortunately deem the gym as their space, their approach is off all the time. It's like, why are you taking up the squat rack to squat incorrectly? And if that's your approach, you're doing it wrong. Do you get it? Because there's so many women that would 100% take advice or anything, but I feel like as a man, you need to understand that a lot of women already feel intimidated. So if you are going to talk to a woman, even if it's not to correct her, if you wanted to get a number, whatever, it's all about approach. That's why I said, like, when that guy came to me and called me, I said to him, oh, like, I know you're just coming to talk, but can you take 2 steps back? Because I know he didn't mean to, but it was just, he just came over to talk. His approach was fine, but he just didn't realize what was going on. Do you get it? So I always say approach is everything. And the issue is that a lot of the time, the approach is wrong. And then that's when it's a problem. But honestly, like, I just feel like it boils down to you as an individual. Like, you need to know how you're coming across. You need to know how you said things, like how it looks. Like, again, if you're dealing with like a girl and she looks like she's 17 and you're just a 6'2" man, like take time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just not that hard. So it is a lot of the stuff that goes on in the gym is always down to approach. And obviously, if we touch on that Twitter video, I don't know if you guys ever saw it, the video of the guy that got the mat. Do you guys remember?
So, and he didn't actually do anything. But
no, like, he came to put a mat underneath my. Do you remember?
Oh no, I'm thinking about something else.
Oh, so basically there was a time. I don't know how you guys didn't see this. It went viral. When I tell you, like 10 million views on Twitter. And I was doing hip thrusts in the gym, and I was filming obviously because I do content. And a guy came over, didn't say a word to me, and tried to put a mat underneath my bum. And obviously, like, I've taken out my headphones. I said, by the way, I'm filming. I said to him, but like, what are you doing? He was like, here's a mat. I said, bro, like, I don't need a mat. And he was like, no, it will help with your hip thrust. Now, anyone that does hip thrust knows that a mat underneath your bum is not helping. It's not helping. I was already sitting there. I'm on my 3rd set. I've been in the gym for 5 years, but you've come to shove a mat and not say a word at the same time.
That's
weird.
And this is why I say approach is everything. If he came to me and said, oh, excuse me, like, do you need a mat? Bro, it would never have ended up on Twitter. I would never have thought anything of it. But for you to come, and again, your approach is so wrong, and you're trying to put a mat underneath me, and again, I've got my back up in the gym because I've been sexually assaulted in the gym. And that's why I say, even though he doesn't know that, approach is everything, because you don't know who you're dealing with. Do you get it? Like, I've already got my back up about men in the gym, and you've come to put a mat underneath my bum. So I said to him, I don't need the mat, And then obviously, because I'm such an advocate against gym harassment, I thought to myself, this would be good to put onto social media to show, like, incorrect approaches. Do you get it? So obviously I put it on Twitter and I said, like, this guy randomly came and shoved the mat underneath me, and if he had asked me, it would not have been a problem. And I put it out there to show, and I'll be so real, it did have a knock-on effect on a lot of guys, because it went so viral, a lot of people started, like, changing how they approach certain people in the gym. I remember someone made a tweet and they said something like, oh, there was a girl in the gym today, but I approached her, something about changing his approach because he saw the video that I uploaded. So even though a lot of people are like, oh, he was just being nice, you should have accepted the mat, there was another flip side, and a lot of people are like, nah, like, I hear it, like, I'm gonna work on changing my approach in the gym, because clearly, like, it can be a bit it can come across very intimidating. So when I tell you, everything boils down to approach.
So mad, first of all, that's mad. And good thing you was recording, because, like, say if that escalated somehow, some way, crazy. Let's say not even me or Tay now, let's say you got a starter pack guy. Let's say me, I'm starting the gym tomorrow. What are my do's and don'ts? I know this might sound dumb, but I want to raise awareness for, like, what the man them shouldn't be doing.
And the stuff that goes into the gym, it can go into real life. Just stuff like staring, like. And the thing is, though, when I talk about stuff like that on social media, I make it very clear. Everyone's gonna look at everyone. Do you get it? When you're walking down the road, when you're in a restaurant, you look at people. Do you get it? But when I say again, there's a difference between looking and staring. So if you are literally following, like, I'm not gonna say a lot of men, but I've heard so many times, and it's happened to me. Like, say for example, I'm working out on a treadmill, like, a guy will come and he'll work out directly behind me, obviously to look at my bum. Do you get it? So stuff like that, because that's so weird anyway. Like, the average person wouldn't do that. But, like, staring, like, the following, if you ask for a girl's number and she says no, just leave it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and again, like I say, it boils over into other aspects. If you was at a motive and you ask for a girl's number, she says no, leave it. Do you get it? Keep it stepping. So it's so dumb to even explain, because it's the most basic of things. I agree still. Like, it's literally like, you shouldn't even have to say it.
9 times out of 10, man, them go gym to go gym, man. Stop going gym to look for girls. I'm saying, like, go gym to
but I do want to say, like, it comes down to the whole, when people are talking about sexual harassment, it's not all men. I am very much aware of that. My brothers don't bother people in the gym. Do you get it? So I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, like I'm building a women's only gym because I hate men. I know it's not all men, but it's a big enough issue to say that there's an abundance and it needs to be dealt with, literally.
Definitely. Alright, so taking a convo somewhere else now, you mentioned that Twitter video, 10 million views. You mentioned 1 million followers on your TikTok, 1 million views here, there and everywhere, 200k on YouTube. You're famous out here. Yeah. How are you dealing with all of these eyes on you now? Because I'm guessing life's different now.
Get it? Like, autograph, please, man.
That's what I like.
Do you know what it is though? I've never been someone that's mad, what's the word, like public with things anyway. Like if I'm dating someone or anything, like it'll never be publicized. So obviously when it grew, you just kind of change a few things. Like even in terms of Snapchat, when I used to post like on Snapchat a few years ago, like publicly, I would never post somewhere until I've left the place. Do you get it? Just small things like that to obviously keep your safety. But yeah, like, mate, like, I don't know. I've never had anyone come to me. Obviously, you guys see people's opinions on Twitter about me, but like, I've never had someone come to me and it be negative. It's always, oh my God, I love your videos. Like, you've helped me so much. Like, my gym harassment, my gym anxiety, like, I just feel like it's almost gone. Like, it's just love every single time. Like, I was in Box Park, Shoreditch last week. And when I tell you, I think my friends were counting because they found it funny, but I got stopped like 14, 15 times in one place. You get it? So it is crazy, and I do love it because like it comes with the territory. I can't expect to not get spotted. I think I have nearly 2 million followers combined, so it's like it makes sense. You get it? But no,
2
like,
million people know your face. You know, that's crazy.
But then again, I do say like, obviously, even in terms of you guys' podcast, you got people that like subscribe to you, but there's still people that watch you and choose not to subscribe. So there's way more people know you.
More than 2 million. You know what I mean?
Like it's crazy.
Like, the numbers are the numbers, innit? You see the numbers, the 2 mil, the 1 mil, whatever the case may be, but you don't see the impact of those numbers, innit?
Yeah.
So now when you're touched on the road, like even me and bro, we went carnival now, we're bopping through carnival and guys are coming up to us here, and I'm thinking, I don't know you from no, but he's seen me through the podcast now, he's getting me all the clothing brand, and it's like, bro, I didn't even know that my videos were reaching that far. Do you know what I mean?
So
that's crazy.
When I lived in, so I moved from University of Birmingham and I went to live in Manchester for a bit just to see what life was like up there. So obviously, so literally I was in, I can't remember, some shop, and then a girl stopped me, and then someone else stopped me, and I was like, damn, like I didn't even know people in Manchester knew me. Now obviously Manchester's not Quay, but I just didn't think that I would have an audience there. Do you get it? Like it's crazy like how much people you can reach, so just how much eyes land on your thing, because even when you get like 500 views, obviously you guys would get more, but when you get 500 views, it's like, you know, that's 500 people. Imagine you doing your podcast in front of 500 people. Do you get it? Like it's so crazy. Like literally,
and like on TikTok, so it's the easiest thing to like bypass these numbers. Like you might make some piece of content today and it might just do a young 60k in a day. 60,000 people have seen you. Like imagine like in a day you're probably walking past, I don't know, like maybe let's say 1,000, maybe give or take a few. Like you said, say if you're in a room, or like, let's say, I don't know, a Wembley Stadium might hold, I don't know, 20,000 people, and one of your videos is doing 100,000, 5 times that. That's crazy, man.
It's so crazy. But again, it goes back to like taking the small things in as well. Like even sometimes, obviously, views fluctuate, but even when your views are low, even if it is like 7k, 6k, that's still mad. Like,
stop deleting your videos if they're not touching views, bro. Keep them on your page.
Literally. Man. But even in terms of algorithm though, like the way obviously TikTok is and stuff, like your video from last year can blow, and now so many more people know you, and you didn't even think that video would. Do you get it?
So I got a question as well, but mainly more on like social media and content creation. So say for me, for example, I got the podcast, I work, do other stuff and stuff like that. Sometimes I find it hard to actually make content on top of that, because I'm already living the life, and then I've got to make content about it or document whatever way you look at it. Do you ever get tired of just making content? Like, is there a day just like, bruv, like I just can't, I just want to log out today? And
I think the one thing about social media is that it never switches off. Do you get it? So sometimes like my friends, they'll be like, oh yeah, can't lie, Natalee, like I've deleted Instagram for a week if you don't see me. Do you get it? But I could never do that. Like it's so crazy.
Well, you could though.
You could. I think now I could, because obviously I built a significant following where it's like it would take a very long time for people to forget about me. But obviously on the come up, it's like it's every day. Like even TikTok, in order to grow, like you got to upload like 4 or 5 times a day. So I'll go gym, film 5 videos, and they're all gone in a day, and I'm back the next day. Do you get it? So it does get tiring, but I think at the same time, it all comes down to loving what you do, like, and there being a bigger picture, because I know I'm helping so many women, not just physically, like in terms of how they're viewing themselves, like how they're viewing like gym anxiety and stuff. Like that is so big to me. That's like, I would never want to stop. Do you get it? Because like I'm helping women globally like live a better life. So I think it just comes down to like your purpose in a sense. Like if you've got a bigger purpose and stuff, then it helps keep you grounded.
Yeah, man. All right, then. So what's the vision, man? What's the end goal? So obviously, you got the gym there.
The gym, I do think the gym is 100% my calling in life. Like I said, so I want first one's in Birmingham, second will be London, then Manny, and I want to go straight abroad. Like about 60% of my followers are from the States anyway, literally. So I want to go straight to like North America, then the UAE, because obviously Dubai and the Muslim women, etc. And then like South Africa, like I want there to be the girl spot in every single country. I don't want to say want to be like, I just know I'll be so real. Like when I tell you, I already feel like the gym is there. Like I'm big on manifestation anyway, but the gym is already in all of these countries. Yeah. Like 100%. And obviously with the publicity online and stuff, like so many women in these countries know about it anyway. It's them coming to me saying, oh my God, can you come to Dubai? Like, can you come to like South Africa? It's them coming to me. So the fact that the audience is already there, it's just...
And you know what I always say, like the best form of marketing is word of mouth. Do you get me? I don't care, like you can snap and film the best advert. Nothing beats a stranger going out there and telling
giving their
friend,
authentic review.
And I feel like that's what's going to happen with you. Like when you start up your gym in Birmingham or London, there's going to have that initial group of girls, but they're going to tell their friendship group and it's going to grow and grow and grow.
I know. I feel like though, Pure Gym and The Gym are going to hate me. I'll be so real. Because I know I'm going to...
That's hate me, bro. That's good though. Like, that's, even the fact that you're thinking like that really means that you're thinking on a bigger scale now. Because these are big corporate companies. And the fact that you're just starting and you're thinking, I'm going to level you guys. Yeah. You can see the level that you're coming with already. 100%. So, yeah, man.
It's so funny. One time when I was looking at warehouses, but obviously again, with warehouses, by the time I get funding, the warehouse would go. So I thought, let me stop doing that. But when I was viewing warehouses, there was a warehouse that was right next to the gym. And I was, if I had the bread, I would 100% got it. Because the fact that obviously that gym was probably about 8,000 square foot. So that means they probably had about 7-8K members. If I plant the girl spot next to the gym, because they just... They're coming next door. Do you get it? They don't have to change their route to the gym, or like if they go from work to the gym, they don't have to change anything. They would go to the same place, but it'd be the girl spot.
They say having strong enemies is a blessing. Do you get me? So the fact that you're dealing with, or you will be dealing with Pure Gym and the gym, that means you're leveling.
And I think like the reason why I called it the girl spot is because it's going to be so much more than a gym. It's going to be a spot for girls. Do you get it? So I want to have mummy and baby classes, self-defense classes, boxing classes, because a big issue, like when it comes to like harassment or assault and stuff, is that even though women have strength, they don't know how to use it. Like I said, I can deadlift 140 kg, but can I push a man off me? Probably not. Do you get it? So I feel like incorporating self-defense and stuff means that the strength that they're gaining in the gym, they can now flip that and use that. Do you get it? And then that boils over into their own personal life. Do you get it? And then even stuff like pole dancing, obviously people think pole dancing is like a sexy thing. It is, but the core strength you need for it's mad. I couldn't do it. The core strength and the upper body strength you need for it.
Like I know about it. I'm just like,
I'm sitting there thinking, bro, like, how do you know this?
Oh yeah, I've done it a couple times.
Let me shut up.
No, literally, it's crazy.
Pole dancer time.
Honestly,
that's crazy. Cool. Anyways, I need everyone's energy to be up. Yeah, you're all I need everybody to tell me something random about them, a random fact, both of you guys, me as well, and then we'll talk about it. So Tay, you go first.
I knew you was coming to me first, you know. I knew. Random facts.
Random facts can be anything. Ain't got to be podcast related.
Random facts. See some people's things meditating, some people's things, I don't know, smoking or whatever. My thing is getting in my car and driving. Do you get me? I can get in my car and drive with no destination. That's how I balance myself, you know what I mean? Something random.
So that's like your therapy?
I guess so. Like, man will just get in the whip, put on music and I'm rolling. No destination, nowhere to go, but I'm just touching the motorway. That's my thing. Like, even if you call me 9 times out of 10, I'm in my car.
Driving.
Do you get me? So just bear picture.
No, before we get onto because we're going to talk about this. When are you planning on driving?
I don't know what else for you guys. I'd be so real. Because my do it is though, I wanted to learn to drive, but my house also came with a garage. So now I look at the garage every day and that shit is empty.
That's motivation.
That is motivation. It's got my bike in there, man.
Literally, so no, I think what I'm gonna do though is a crash course. Because obviously I was doing lessons before the pandemic, then I stopped, and I don't want to do the lessons all over again. So I think I'm just going to pay like...
Now you're busy now, man. You're travelling around the whole world. You ain't really got time for all of that.
I actually don't. Like, I couldn't do it. So but the reason why I haven't even done the crash course is obviously to find like 4 or 5 days. I don't even have 4 or 5 days to do a crash course.
Crazy.
So you get it? So like every day is something. It's just so long. So literally I want to just drop a bag, do my crash course and start driving because I just need to...
You know what's crazy on that note about cars and stuff? Yeah, it's actually weird because obviously obviously we're both driving. I don't know about you, but for me, my car's like an extension of me. Like I know this is probably gonna make me sound so like privileged because I'm driving, whatever. But if I was to lose my car tomorrow, I just don't know how like little things like just driving here, like me getting the bus, like man, you know what I mean? Like,
I said I can't get the bus.
I can't. Like,
I lost my car for a month, innit? My clutch went on it random. That's what I mean about cars. Sometimes things just happen, innit? But
my word.
I was without a car for a month, bro. I'm sitting in my yard. I'm thinking, bruv, like, what do I actually do, fam? Like, I can't actually go nowhere, bro. Like, I actually can't.
But more time, there are actually trains and other ways.
No,
You
but
just can't fathom
trains I don't mind, but buses I just can't.
That's the thing. Do you get it? Like
over.
trains, listen, I don't even. Obviously, when I lived in Manchester, I was always coming down. Trains are a minor, but when it comes to buses,
I'm not on it.
I'm not
on it.
And
No,
also,
no hate to anyone that goes on buses, but it's just not my.
And even when it comes down to walking, like I'm not gonna lie, I don't walk. So I get what you mean. I do feel like I'll be mad reliant on my car.
Nah, that's like me, man. I'm just thinking, like, I don't actually know. Obviously, I would if.
How long have you guys been driving?
I've been driving
3 years.
Oh, damn.
2.5 years.
A solid 3 years. Like that's my extra
couldn't even imagine.
limb. Do you know what I mean? Just being in the whip, or like going somewhere.
I actually can't wait to start driving. That'd be so real.
Nah.
I need 100%.
What about yourself or me? Like, do you want to go with your fact or
Random.
My people find it weird, but my absolute bag is silence and stillness.
What?
Like when I tell you, like you could hear a pin drop in my house. Like I don't like any type of noise. Like I don't like TVs on. I don't like nothing. Like my house. Obviously, I live with just my dog as well, so it's just me and my dog. Silence. When my friend comes to my house, they're like, "Do you not want to put the TV on?" I said, "Oh, you can put it on." Like, but
see, I could live in a house with
my
you.
electricity bill is next to nothing.
I couldn't live.
I don't understand.
I've got to have some type of music in the background.
Yeah, something has to be playing.
It gives me a head. I don't know what it is. Like I just love. Actually, I do know what it is. When I was younger, obviously, because I got 4 brothers, house was man. When I tell you, all I wanted was just
boys,
1
PS4
hour. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my brothers, like when they were playing games, it was just mad. And
And
all I wanted, do you get it? And if they
FIFA.
lose, it was long, like it was a whole other piece of noise. And then my mum would be shouting that, telling my brothers to shut up.
Yeah.
It was mad. So now I've got my own yard. Obviously, I've been living by myself for a while, but obviously now I'm in this house, like the silence. Yeah, it's not for everyone I know, but literally me, silence.
What dog you got?
A Pomeranian.
Oh,
Do you want to see him?
Yeah.
One of them small ones.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I said a Pomeranian.
Pomeranian.
I don't know how you guys
Pomeranian.
can. Yeah, dude.
What's your dog's name?
Amiri.
Amiri.
Yeah.
How long you had it?
I had to write him off my taxes though.
Is it?
Yeah, no. Because I bought him when I obviously when I was doing YouTube, and then I knew that having a dog would get me views. So then obviously he was too.
Yeah, man, that's a part of your business.
When I tell you,
that's a part of your
he was
business.
He was $2,000. I said, yeah, you're coming off. Everything I buy, his food, it's all coming off.
Yeah,
Sorry.
man,
You're here to make me money.
Yeah,
That's your business
now. You get me?
No, I respect that.
Literally.
I can't lie. I want a dog. You know, like when I move out, I said to my mum. Me and mum have like a running joke in the house. It's like when I move out, before I get cutlery, I'm getting a dog. You
Oh
understand?
no, take time. When I tell you, having a dog is like having a kid.
Yeah.
It's mad. If I knew how much went into, not even how much went into a dog, it's just how much of a responsibility it is. I would have taken time because when I moved to Manny in April, well, not this April, but like in April, and then I got him in May. So I was only in my new yard for a month before I got him. Me, I should have relaxed. It's crazy.
What's it like?
I do. It's like it's so weird. It's like obviously you love them because it's like your child, but at the same time it's just like you're their only friend. Do you get it? Like when you're on your phone, they're just looking at you like, and then you feel bad because you're like, damn, I got to play with this guy.
I'm not feeling bad. No, play with those, man.
You know, it's just like dogs crave human interaction so much. Like my dog will play with his toys. When I tell you, he's got more toys than I've got anything in the house. But like he'll play with it for like 3 minutes and then he looks at me like, and even if I just sit there and stroke him, he's happy. Do you get it? So it's that kind of just constantly having to.
It's like
and then,
a baby.
Yeah, and then like the training. Oh my days! You know,
is your dog trained? Yeah.
Yeah, he's fully trained now. But when I first got him, thank God I had no carpet because one time he got hold of his treats. Yeah, long. I left the yard, came back. Tell me why there was shit up the wall. Guys, how did? When I tell you, I don't even know. I don't want to know. Like it's correct. Like as in, like, I'm wiping out the skirting boards. Like,
Yo,
like you have to
be grounded. I'm not gonna lie, man. Straight.
Unruly Pomeranian.
No words. You have to train them. Obviously, he was only like 4 months at the time, but it's so draining. Like, and obviously, if they don't come crate trained, as in like if they're not used to their crate, they'll be whining all through the night, like barring their eye. I'm like, bro, you're a dog. Why are you crying?
So when you say the dog's trained now, yeah, like what things? If I say shoot, he's gonna play dead.
No,
like, what?
I don't think actually you can probably train your dog to that. My dog just does obviously sit, lay down, paw, high five. belly rubs. If I say belly rubs, he'll lay on his side and then I rub his
I want
rubs
a dog, man.
all for it, no, it is cute.
So did you train him or did you get like a trainer to come
No, I trained him. But he's proper hard of hearing. Like I've clapped him in his head so many times. No, he's jarring. But again, like you get so mad at them. But literally, like once you get mad at them, like you can't be mad at them for long. It's like they'll just look at you and like, oh damn, yeah, literally. So
I can't lie. When I'm telling you, like the dogs I'm getting, but I want them big dogs.
You're saying what dog do you want? A big
like
one?
Like XO Bully, Staffordshire Bull Terrier, Rottweiler. Like I'm with that kind of.
But the thing with that is that obviously with Amiri, even if I didn't train him, because he's so small, he's not a problem. But with them, if you don't train them, they're a hazard to other people. Do you get it? Like the training takes even longer.
But that's my dog. Like,
no. I couldn't see him a Pomeranian. Do you get it?
It or like a Shih Tzu. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't.
Because people say that your dog starts like taking after you. You start. Not that you start taking after your dog, but like your dog resembles you. Do you get it? So like obviously you would never get a Pomeranian just because it just wouldn't suit you. Anyway, do you get it? Like
it just wouldn't, man.
You have a certain character.
It's not my kind of. It's not my energy. You know what I mean? Give me the big dog. You get me? But I don't like hairy dogs though. Like your dog, I couldn't still.
Wait, why?
Because it's just bare hair. Like
no. That's the thing. That's the maddest thing. With long-haired dogs, they don't shed. Your Rottweiler, you have hair all over your yard.
Is it?
Yeah, the short-haired dogs. Like when I was younger, I had a staff, a pit bull, and a half staff, half pit bull.
Oh my God,
hair everywhere every day. Like my mum was sweeping and hoovering every day. So the shorter the hair, the more they shed.
My mum went on dogs. I had a dog here. He was white and brown. It was a staff, and I called it mixed race. Yeah. I swear I know him.
He's a half caste.
That was his name. His name was mixed race. He was in my crib for 2 days. I started barking up. My mum said, long.
Like they
After
get rid of it.
No,
literally.
Said your name with a dog.
It was my brothers that wanted the dogs, but then my mum ended up taking care of it. My mum said, "No, she's like, listen, if you want to get a dog, that's a you problem." But I feel like people don't deep how much of a responsibility it is because it's
the walking as well.
Oh my days! When I tell you I hate walking, and I'll be doing 10k steps a day because I got a dog now. I hate that shit. When I tell you, and that he will look at me and it's like, I know he wants to go for a walk, and I just be like this. I'm like, bro, don't even look at me.
You're still breathing heavy. Hurry up, mum, take me out.
No, literally, and like it's like a catch-22 because if you don't take them out, they're just gonna piss you off even more. But they just end up walking. Oh, it's long. And I always say like rain, snow, thunderstorm. I have to take him out. He won't go toilet inside.
Do you have a garden at your crib?
Yeah.
So could you not just make him run in the garden?
Yeah, but like again, it depends on the breed. Like he has a lot of energy, so the garden's still not enough for him. I take him to a field and he just runs for time, and then he might be tired. Do you get it? So obviously when it's like 11 p.m, I'm not going to take him out to go wee. Now I can open the garden. Obviously, when I lived in an apartment, that's why I said next place I move, I need a garden for my dog. Because when I was in my apartment, I was going down at like 11:30 at night to take him out. Obviously, I'm not trying to be outside at 11:30. So now obviously he just goes in the garden. But
can't go.
What was I gonna say about dogs, man? How do you know when it wants to go to the toilet and that? I've never understood that, with like pet owners.
Dogs have their own things. Like my dog, I just know because I have a routine and I take him at similar time. But a lot of dogs, like if you have a back door or back anything, they'll sit by the door. Do you get it? And that's like, I need to go toilet. Or again, like because people have a general routine to their life, like like when I wake up, I'll take Amiri out straight away, and then like I'll take him out again at 1 and then like 6. But dogs can hold their piss for time, like Amiri can hold his pee for like 16 hours.
16?
Mad. It's crazy. Like it's actually mad. That's what I'm saying. No, literally. But if he's active, he can hold it for less. He'll hold it for less time. But say for example, he's in like his bed or he's just chilling, he will hold it like until he moves. He's not really ready to go, literally. But you pick up on your dog's cues. Like when I tell you, when I leave my dog with dog sitters, I always say to him like, don't let him off the lead because he won't come back. But with me, I can let him off the lead, not because he listens to me, because I know his cues. I know when that nigga's about to run. Do you get it? Like, and then I just grips him up and I bring him back. But you literally just learn your dog.
Oh man,
it is good though.
Get me to Battersea, man. I want a dog, bro. I said I want a dog, man.
Man. And obviously, if you get a girl, you can breed it and make money. Bread.
Yeah. See with the girl thing now, like. Obviously, because it's a girl, it's gonna have its period. Yeah. I'm not really on with that.
No, but though, I think they have 1 a year or 2 a year.
Oh, is it? I thought it was like monthly.
That's not. No. It's obviously humans are, but no, it's every 6 months they have it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you only have 2. It's not
I'm
that bad.
thinking, what, every month I'm gonna have to.
No, word, 100%. That's why I was like, nah. But obviously, you can breed him because Amiri was $2,000, but if I bred him and I was managed to sell some pups, I was selling for like 3.5. Because even how he looks, like, but I know people that do like dog breeding full time. Like that's how they pay their bills. Like it's mad. They're like, yeah, like I've got a pit bull, like yeah, she's ready, like she's in season. They're like, oh, I've got a lab, like literally it's a full-time thing.
You can make good dough from
That's
that.
mad.
Good dough from.
Get me to Battersea, man.
Do you know what I mean?
What's in Battersea?
But you keep
Battersea
saying it,
dogs home.
Oh,
man,
wait,
you lot better slow, like.
wait, it's Battersea like not second-hand dogs, but like rescue. You want a rescue dog?
I would. Well, any way I can get a dog, I don't mind. Let me tell you about this actually. Yeah. Let me tell you about
Take
this
time
story.
though, because the thing is though, like obviously you remember they had their own life. That dog will come in your yard and tear shit up.
Let me tell you about this story. It just come to my head.
That's funny.
Like my parents ginnels me when I was younger. Yeah, so imagine I was living at my sister's in her flat.
Yeah.
This was probably like 5 years ago, and then shit wasn't too great in my family house. And then long story short, my mum was like to me, come home. I'm like, nah, I'm not coming home. And they knew that I've wanted a dog for my whole life. My mum and dad was like, listen, if you come home, we'll buy you a dog. Well, I'll get the dog. And then it was even so much so that the next week, my dad was like, come time. I swear that they took me to like a dog's rescue home, somewhere way far from my house, They had me there for half the day running with the dog and leave. I swear that like a whole staff, I was running with this dog, just for at the end. My dad's like, yeah, we're not going the dog, we're going home. I swear down, didn't even get the dog.
That would
nothing.
give me trauma.
Can't like that, I love you, but what the hell? Man? Violent.
No, that would give me
I'm
trauma.
not trusting him after that.
Nah, man, I can't lie. That one burnt my chest. Like, I'm going in the back of the car crying and that. Like, I'm just bonding with this dog. Like, I want to take this
How old
dog
was
home.
you?
I was probably like 16.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
16? You're a big man.
I've got, after this year, I've got videos on my phone. I'm so sure. My dad running with the dog and I'm thinking, right, like, I want this dog.
You was balling up for the dog at 16 at your big age. Nah, come on, man.
G, it was,
At your big
That's
age.
how I know you must really want a dog.
I want a
then,
dog,
yeah.
man. Like, me and that dog had a relationship still. Like, I
but
don't know what's
you
happened
do
to
get
it.
attached to dogs though. Like even like the small time you spent with it, like you get mad attached. Let alone now, like Amir's pissed me off so many times. I'm thinking, bro, should I just get rid of him? But no, literally, I just want to get. But when I tell you, I can't even envision my day without him. Do you get it? If he's at home, I can't even see it. It's crazy. But
But we've been speaking about dogs for like the past 20 minutes, so we're gonna have to wrap up real soon, But what we do at the end, we leave like a.
I ain't get my random fact, mate.
Oh yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah,
Do you
talk
know
about
what?
dogs
Yeah,
at the time.
I don't know why, but still.
What's your random fact?
My random fact, Tay will know this, but I'm an amateur
No, that's dead. I know it. You need a random fact, bro. That's not
I
random.
didn't even
What
get
you
to
gonna say,
land.
martial
What's
arts?
wrong with
That's
you, bro?
martial arts.
Mama's on me,
But you just
Yeah.
said that I know, like, do something different. I don't know, bro.
Alright, cool. Well, for context, anyways, I do martial arts.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
I had a cage fight last week.
No
That was gonna be
way.
my random fact, but sorry, lad, I gotta do the next
Oh
one.
damn.
Innit?
How long you been doing that for?
8.5 years I've been doing it, so
Spit your game.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that
Oh,
still. Sorry, I've been doing
crazy.
kickboxing for 7 years and then Muay Thai for the past year and a half. And like how you said, that your main fitness is the gym.
Yeah.
Most I'd say guys typically is football,
Yeah.
but I never really was on the football thing. Martial arts, I've just been doing it since.
I did karate for a little bit.
So,
All I did was learn how to count to 10.
so
In,
what?
Is it Japanese? Could you do
Can
like,
you
it's
do
like
that?
yeah, that's all I
Yeah, yeah.
Because that was not for me. I was like, gym.
The gym for me, I don't mind the gym, but cause like that's my sport. I'd rather go train and spar. And, do you know what I mean? Than be like, like dumbbells and all them.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
But cool. Anyways, other random fact. I want to get locks.
You want locks?
I want locks.
Have you seen that locks filter?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I've
everyone's
seen
gone
it.
on
Did you try it?
TikTok,
I ain't
innit?
tried it,
I
but
haven't
I've
tried
seen
it
it
yet.
still.
Well, if you
still.
want locks, you should try it.
I should try it. See,
But like
a
everyone
preview.
looks better though. Like
You
no
know what I'm
one,
saying?
like everyone, literally every time I see it, I'm like, like locks. Actually.
I've had short hair for so long. Like the majority of my whole life has been short hair. But I
Yeah.
just find that so boring now. Obviously, no offense to anyone, but-
Bro, I've tried about 100 times to grow out my hair, bro. It gets to a certain point and I just have to cut it, bro.
Yeah, because I feel like people say you have that ugly stage.
Yeah, man, I'm
That's
not on
the
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Like the ugly stage, it will take over my life, and then I'll just go
Nah,
back to
but you
school.
gotta do it. Like, I'd even say I'm in that stage now. So like the top of my hair's longer, but the back and sides I'm trying to grow out. So like
Yeah.
this hair's like here, the sides are not that
Oh,
long.
okay.
So it's a bit.
How
you know
long
what
does
I
it
mean?
take to get locks though? Like,
I don't know. You could. Well, I'm assuming you could start locks at any hair length. However, I don't want to start locks and it's like some peppercorn kind of thing.
how long does it take to like get here, like to here though?
I think it just depends on
It's like
depends how
years,
fast you're-
years, isn't it?
Yeah, but then again, it depends how fast your hair grows. Like,
Because Rakai and Ramon got their dread still. Their
Yeah.
things look crisp.
Yeah, that's
I'm
his
not gonna lie.
cousins.
My
You should
cousins.
get rosemary oil. Have you seen that stuff on
rosemary oil.
TikTok?
No.
Oh yeah, because I forget. I always think about men's For You pages
Yeah,
and
probably
girls'
the
For You.
best.
It's
Different.
mad different.
Mad different.
Basically, everyone's using rosemary oil because it grows your hair like crazy.
Does it?
Isn't that
Yeah.
what Sky was talking about?
I don't know if she said rosemary oil. So this is our last.
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
Large up sky.
No, just-
I don't think she said a little.
But yeah, no,
she said something rose.
Maybe it's
Maybe
it's
it was.
mad viral right now. But yeah, no, I hear it though.
Check
Yeah.
out. But give me 2-3 years. I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But cool, boom. Just before we wrap up, Every single episode, we leave a gem. So that is one practical thing that our audience can take and apply into their life right there and then, right now. So I will go first, actually, before I go on to yourself and then Tay. My gem of this episode would probably just be repurpose your energy. And I've said that one before, but hearing Natalee's story, it kind of links so much to that, in the essence where she obviously went for her own unfortunate experience at the gym, which was obviously quite traumatic and stuff like that. But she didn't stop there. She used what she'd been through to create something, and now she's doing amazing things, both in her own life, but for others as well, and kind of like paying it forward to other women who could be in the same situation as her. So she repurposed that energy from a negative situation initially, and she's having positive outcomes, numerous positive outcomes from that, with all the amazing work you're doing with the girl spot, etc. So large up yourself, and that's what I would say, man. Just repurpose your energy. If something comes in and it's initially bad, there's always a way you can turn that potential L into a W, man, and come out on top. That's what I would say.
Can I go next or should I run out?
I can go next. I think a lot of people should realise that in order to change your personal reality, you have to change your personality. And it just sounds like wordplay,
I like that.
but it's so true. Like, if you are shy, obviously this is just traits you can just be born with, but if you're shy and you never go anywhere, your personal reality will be the exact same thing. Like, you won't get opportunities, you won't be seen in certain places. But if you switch that, exactly, because I did that literally when I was like 20, I was like, nah, like, if I stay in my yard all the time, what opportunities am I going to get? Do you get it? So literally, I changed my personality entirely. I was like, confidence, like putting myself out there, talking to people, and now my personal reality literally reflects that to a T. Do you get it?
Strong.
Like, you guys, obviously me putting it out there, you guys wouldn't have invited me on this podcast. Do you get it? So if you want to change, if you're not happy with your personal reality, change your personality and it will literally follow suit.
Big.
Quickly, just on that one, but what about the people like, oh yeah, like, why should I have to change my personality? Like, what if someone's like, I don't want to do that? Like,
then you get stuck in the personal reality that you're in. That literally, like, people need to understand, sometimes put on your big boy boots or your big girl boots and just do it. Do you get it? Like, it's not always, why do I have to? Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's going to benefit you as well, it depends on how much you want it. If you are really not happy with your personal reality, you will change it. If you're in that mindset of why do I have to, you're going to get stuck. It's that simple.
Real. My gem, I'll quickly see. What do I say? I say there's a difference between your eyesight and mindset, and don't get clouded by your eyesight. And when I say that, I mean, right now, through your two eyes, you can see your reality right now, and it might not be the greatest, but you've got a mindset that's further than that. There's a bigger picture in it, so don't rely on your eyesight too much, and think about the bigger picture inside your mind. Look into that. Do you know what I mean?
And man, them stop being blood clot creeps in the gym, man. Sorry, can't lie. It's not cool.
That's
it's not cool.
That's actually it. That's
it's
the gem of the day.
You know what I mean? Go gym, pick up your dumbbell, drop it and gussa. You know what I mean? Go back to yard, man.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah. But love for coming through, though, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're doing dope. Keep at it, man.
Thank you.
All right then. Cool. Nice. Later. Boom.